Uh, and we're
And we're
live.
live. Hello, YouTube. This
Yeah.
is this
Um.
this is Sisters episode 6.
Okay. Now, sidebar. My husband's cable is currently not working, so I had to watch the entire episode by myself, which was
But I will give some commentary on this because I know about this because I've been watching the episode. It's just I did not pay my cable bill. So because I did not pay my cable bill, she's gonna be talking about. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna do a um little something around the house, but she's going to carry this review.
and before we get into the review, at the end of this video, I need y'all personal opinion about something at the end of this video. We gonna wait to the end. Anyway,
Okay,
um,
so I do know a little about it. So this whole thing with Karen, and shout out to my girl Ashley Miller. Check her out. Shout out to her. This whole thing with Karen and who? Karen and I forgot
to
that.
Karen and Aaron.
Karen and Aaron. Karen and Aaron. Karen and Aaron. Why did you wait until this episode to tell him that you was pregnant? And why are you waiting? Cause see, I watch people reviews that I can carry myself alone. Why did you and why are you telling uh, telling Andy to invite certain people to your house just to tell people that you're pregnant? Like, get the fuck out of here. I just don't agree with the bull crap. They take it away. But
Wait a
I
minute.
just I just don't
Hold
agree.
on, time out.
I don't.
Now, I'm gonna say what he said in a little less mumbled fashion. Mine is gonna be a little bit more uniform. Karen, baby girl, why you tell him about this baby just to break up with him? You
Exactly.
could
Exactly.
you
Why
wasted
did
all this man time for no reason. You don't know if
exactly
that's Zach's
like
baby.
maybe or
You are
not?
hoping that you are hoping and praying to Buddha, Allah, Jesus, every God in the sky that this baby is Zach's because you want to be with Zach. But do you know that it's Zach?
Exactly.
No, you don't.
You don't.
So
Exactly.
you going with the one you want to be with. Cause what are you going to do if Aaron is
When
the
you
dad?
not,
What are you gonna do? You gonna do what if Aaron is the father?
yeah. Cause
You
remember, cause remember, Karen, you slept with Zach.
you slept with Zach first, Aaron second. So you could have got pregnant
Exactly.
off either
Exactly.
one of them. And my thing is, how long does it take a pregnant woman to go to the doctor? You've been pregnant
And then,
since the beginning of season at the end of season 3 and the beginning of season 4, and we have not seen you at
see you.
one doctor's appointment yet. Not a one. We gonna need you to
Not
go.
a not a one, not a one, and that's the same thing people are saying. Like, when are you gonna go to the fucking doctor? That's just normal. Where's your
How
prenatal vitamins?
how is
Excuse me one
a
second.
supposed pregnant woman ain't had not one prenatal appointment yet, and you've been pregnant for like 3 or 4 episodes? Child, I'm gonna need you to like go see a doctor. Last week was supposed to be a long time ago, sis. Like you, and why your stomach so flat? Talk about, oh, I'm very early in the pregnancy. You couldn't even tell Aaron how far along you was because you ain't been to see nobody. You don't know.
Yeah, That's my thing. Tyler, we got it. Tyler, Tyler, and I think people like it when I do this. Tyler, when is she gonna be showing? When are we gonna see? When are we gonna see her being pregnant?
Cause now her
Tyler,
stomach is more flatter than somebody on flat stomach cheese. I'm getting annoyed. Like how your stomach still flat? And it's supposed to be a human being growing in there. Anyway, um, and
Tyler,
before we get off this whole Karen and pregnant and if I'm Aaron, which I'm not, cause I'm a female, but if I'm Aaron, I don't have nothing else to do with Karen. Cause you're not gonna keep telling me that you're not over this man. You're not gonna keep telling me that to my face. You're just not going to do that. You're not gonna keep slapping me in the face with that.
exactly,
So, Aaron, you need to move on. If you still deal with her after this, something is wrong with you, bruh. I'm
exactly.
just, I'm gonna start to think that you're obsessed with Karen if you still deal with her after this whole fiasco. She done told you 4,600, 700 minutes
And
that,
it's,
that she's not over Zach. I don't know why she's not over him because Zach really ain't about nothing. But hey,
but
you you need to leave Karen alone and find you somebody that want you,
you,
not
I
somebody that's
agree.
still in love with their ex.
I agree.
Sidebar,
I
sidebar.
agree.
We gonna take a quick sidebar for a second. The reason that Aaron is getting treated this way. That's why this guy to the left of me didn't want to date me right away because he wanted to make sure that I was over my ex so that he
Yes.
couldn't end
I
up in
was
a situation like Aaron because this is just stupid. Um,
exactly, exactly because I'm very sidebar. I'm very possessive. But anyway,
and sidebar one more time. His possession, that whole possession thing is what turned me on about him. Anyway.
I'm very possessive.
Yeah,
Like
he
when
is very possessive. He very possessive. It turned me on, y'all. But anyway, um, then we get to the scene with Preston and Danny. Danny,
oh Lord have mercy.
baby,
Lord,
Danny, baby.
Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. I didn't even watch the episode, and I'm already saying Lord have mercy. Cause Daddy, you don't wanna be with Preston. I've been saying this since I've been reviewing this television show. You don't wanna be with Preston. 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 You don't want to be. You don't want to be. You don't want to be with Preston. And
My thing,
your problem. Hold on, man. And your problem is you don't need to be with nobody. You need to be all by yourself.
Danny,
I'm so, I'm sorry,
Danny,
babe. But
Danny.
she
Hold
don't.
on, Danny,
I'm
Danny.
sorry.
Danny. What man is gonna keep asking for your help in terms of how to love you and keep getting rejected? We're gonna have to do another sidebar. Sidebar. The question that Preston asked Danny when he said, "Teach me how to love you. Teach me what you need. Take my hand, walk me step by step, and let me know." I felt the same way about this guy to the left. Because mind you, I had never dated a young nigga in my life. So I had no idea what to do with him. But he walked me through the process. Cause that's what I asked for. I'm like, hey, babe, you gonna have to teach me how to do this. I don't know
Yeah,
what I'm doing.
she was on some music soul child.
I'm like, you gonna have to teach me your love language. Teach me the way you want to be loved. Because the way I love, you may not want to be loved in that way. So you're gonna have to take my hand and walk me through it step by step. And he did that, and 6 years later, we're happy as ever. So my thing is, if this is what Preston is asking for, and you're just like, I'm a black woman with the weight of the world on her shoulders, and you expect me to grow you up too? No, Danny, that's not what he's asking for. He's asking you to teach him your love language. He's not asking you to grow him up. I hate when black women always revert back to the history of our ancestors when they don't want to deal with the fact that they have done some toxic things. They always love to point out, well, I'm a black man or I'm a black woman with the weight of the world on my shoulders. Da 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 da. What does that have
When
to do with him?
when
What
that doesn't when that doesn't really matter at this point.
We're all black. We all have the weight of the world on our shoulders. But that has nothing to do with what he's asking for. He's asking you to teach him what your love language is, and you expect people to read your mind just 'cause you black and you been through a lot. People ain't mind reading. People don't know. People don't
Exactly.
know what to do. And if you're not willing to teach them what to do, then you can't get mad that they don't know because you're not willing to teach them.
And I agree with that 100%. I agree with them 100%. So I'm a sidebar. This is a sidebar. We just it's just one of them nights. Um, I was having a encounter with the same person, which remain nameless, but I had to tell her like, you gonna have to get me excited. I told this one to her right. Like hold on. I told her right. No, oops. Told her right here. Her right there. I told her, I said, if you want me to get geeked up, you're gonna have to get me geeked up. Make it worth my while. Because when Jasmine was like, yeah, he's asking how to love you, I tell women what I like. I tell women what turn me on. Like, so I get your point. Okay, I'm
Like,
done.
we went through something when, because he came to visit me on Christmas side, but we're going to get back to the show in a second. It's a TV show. We got all night. He came to see me and he didn't understand something I wanted him to do. And he didn't understand why I wanted him to do that. And after everything was over with and he went home, he asked, "Hey, why you kept wanting me to do this thing that I wanted him to do?" And he like, "Why you kept wanting me to do that? What was that about?" And he like, I'm trying to feel you. I'm like, I'm trying to really feel you. Like, I'm trying to feel how your body feels up against my body. Not to get all graphic, y'all, but we adults here, so who the hell cares? And he like, and he said
Well,
something that
well,
I
my
thought was
well,
very
well, babe.
profound. He
Well,
said,
well. Hold on 1 second. Well, babe. I got my content to where it's only restricted to 21 and up, so it ain't no babies over here. adults.
He
So,
said he said something that was very profound. He said, "Babe, I didn't do that because I didn't know your love language. I didn't know what you wanted. Like I didn't know that's what you wanted that for. Like I
yeah, and I also told her, I was like, you have to tell me these things in advance. You have to be like, hey, babe, when you come up, now see if she say that next Christmas, or if she come over here and she be like, hey, babe, I want to get in here with you. I'm gonna know what she talking about, cause I'm gonna be like,
'cause
what?
men don't know. Men don't know. Women don't know either. But people don't know things unless you tell them. And Danny owes
Yeah,
Preston, like she just so rude to him. And she loves to moonwalk out of situations without being held accountable. And if I was Preston, I'd be done. Cause Danny, you're confusing because when you see him with somebody else, you want him. And then when he tells you that he didn't like being with that other girl, now you feel better because now you feel like, oh well, he didn't want her no way. So I had nothing to worry about. But then if you see him with a girl that he does want to be with, then you gonna be more hurt than you already was. Like stop playing these reindeer games. You confusing your doggone self.
so right,
You can't you
right,
don't know which
but
lie you getting ready to tell next.
right, right, but so, one more sidebar, babe. When women see a man with somebody else, that's when they want them the most.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's only fair. That's if you
Because
love that person and you see him
because
with another person, yeah, that's hard. Cause what Janet Jackson told us, you don't know what you got till it's gone. That's what she told us. It's and like I've seen I've been that. Like I've seen him, this guy to the left of me, interact with other people without me. And y'all think I'm jealous when I'm with this man. When I'm not, it's 1,000 times worse than what it actually is because even when he not mine, he minds. That
I don't. I now see now that's something. Now that's
that's
something now that's something I didn't even know. See, like, see, oh my goodness, don't know what that means, but okay.
I mean, when I see you with somebody else that's not me, it depends on how much time went by. Like, if we just broke up and I see you with somebody, oh Lord, that jealous snake is coming to bite because it's always hard for me to see my exes with other people. It's not just exclusive to him. It's hard because you know this gonna be a long little sidebar, so y'all hold on. It's just hard for me to see something that I've had with somebody else. It's not good for me. It's like I almost don't want to know if my ex is dating somebody else because I almost can't. I can't handle that. I could be friends with my ex, but I'd rather not talk about. Or I'm dating this person. Or I'm dating never. I don't want to talk about that. I can't talk about that because sidebar when he was doing that thing with that little girl. I ain't gonna say her name because I don't name drop on the internet. But when he was doing that thing with her, boy, every time he gave me a detail of what happened, I wanted to choke both of them. I wanted to choke her to make sure she never experienced that again, and I wanted to choke him to make him shut the hell up because it was getting on my nerves. But anyway, um, yeah, he said I got a jealous heart, and he right. He ain't lying. Especially,
Jealousy.
especially if I still want you, or I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be a so I'm if I see you in the street and I see you with your girlfriend, I'm gonna be rude as I'm like, oh, so you ain't gonna speak? You not gonna speak to her? Oh, who is she? I didn't even know she was here. What? Oh, I'm sorry, who are you? Like, yeah, I'm that one. Anyway, um, cause when something is mine, it's mine. Like, I know people say we not supposed to possess people, but I don't know. I've been with that
Oh,
for 7 years. I can't imagine seeing that with somebody that wasn't me. I'd probably be the most bitter man. I didn't want to think about this because I can't talk about a certain thing on here because he haven't talked about it. But I was jealous of that situation too. He don't know that, but that situation irritated me.
what situation?
We can't talk about that on here because you haven't talked about that situation yet, so I don't want to just talk about that. But I think you know where I'm going with that. Ooh, that got on my nerve. Um,
Okay, we'll talk about that backstage.
um,
Because now you got me wondering what are you talking about?
yeah, we
But
gonna get to
anyway,
that. We gonna get to that when we shut the camera off. We gonna get to that, and only because he haven't talked about this situation publicly yet, so I ain't trying to talk about that. But he know what I'm talking about though. But when we
no.
shut these cameras off, we gonna talk about that some
Okay,
more.
was it something that I did with a certain someone that happened in the summertime for one day?
I mean, yeah, it certainly was that situation. That situ. Ooh, that because
Um,
I wanted because it's like every time he asks me y'all, I know I'm going on a long rant, but when we wasn't together, because it was a time where we was not, he asked me, "Do you think I'll ever find love again?" I'm like, I don't know. I really did know, but I said I don't know because I don't want to hear questions like that because I still got feelings for you. I still love you. I ain't trying to, boy. I ain't trying to talk about you with the next person. That's how jealous I am. I won't even give you no advice or nothing. I'm like, maybe you will. I don't know. I don't really care because I am the bitter ex. I can admit that. Unless I leave you, then I ain't bitter. But it's just hard to. It's hard, especially him, because I really love him. So to see him with somebody else is
I
just
never said I was perfect.
it just
So
to
many
see
times I've
him in
been hurt
particular with somebody
by
else
a woman.
with
Hey, sidebar. This is not. This is all off topic. Have anybody seen that play, the last play that Tyler Perry did, Comedy is on the line? Like y'all really need to watch that because he got some good singers on there. And there's one, and it's like towards the end where the lady where where this girl, she was married to her husband and she started singing. That song stuck in my head because I was there at one point. But back to the show. Back to the show.
yeah, we got to get back to TV. I'm gonna say one more thing, and it wasn't the fact that he did what he did. It was just the fact that he was sharing the details of what happened, and that made me want to punch a wall. But anyway, um, we gonna get to this thing with Sabrina Maurice and Calvin. Girl, Calvin. Um,
So Sabrina, Maurice, and Calvin. What the happened now, babe? Go ahead. Cause
Humana,
I
humana, humana. They're so boring. Like, can we just kill them
um
off because they bring
no.
nothing to the show whatsoever? Maurice still ain't got no man. Calvin still faking like he in the closet. Like Sabrina's still a prude. Like, girl,
Mm.
I'm gonna
Um,
need everybody
boy,
to get
boring.
over themselves because Calvin, why you keep talking to Maurice about Sabrina? Why? If y'all not gonna be together, y'all just not, and y'all just need to leave it alone. Like, get Maurice out y'all mix. Sidebar one more time.
Yeah. Get
It
Maurice, yes, get Maurice out of your mix. Get Maurice out of your shit. Because Maurice, he's too much. He needs to get him some business. Tyler Perry, can you, Tyler, can you please hook him up with somebody? Hook him up with somebody so he can stay out of other people's business. Like,
don't
goodness,
you want somebody to love? Like, I'm just saying.
like, can you know? As a matter of fact, put him with Q. Get Q out of jail. Let Q come to his house. That's what you do. Tyler, we're tired of seeing it. We're tired. At least I am. At least I am. I don't know about Jasmine, but I am tired. I am tired. Because he's always in somebody else's business.
I was going to say before Bay went on a whole ziggity boo. Be careful. Do not have too many
Um,
cooks in the kitchen when you are in a relationship. It should just be between the people that are in the relationship. Because when friends and all that gets involved, it creates a total mess. And we know that because, well, hell, we've been through it before. So y'all try to,
yeah,
y'all gotta
yeah.
try to keep people out
Her,
y'all business,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. Because she sent me a whole Facebook message.
Defending her friend and making things worse at the same time. I know that sounds backwards, but when somebody didn't ask you to do something and you just jump out there like that, boy, no ma'am, you can't do that. You can't do that. And you know, I appreciate my friends. You know, I do. I'm not saying I don't, but some stuff they just don't need to do. I'm a big girl. I can handle myself. You know, she made things a whole lot worse than she thought she did. And it's like, hey, I didn't need defending from that. That me being with him is my own personal choice. And I don't need nobody defending me from a man that I love. I don't need defense from him.
Yep.
You got to be
Um.
careful being Captain
Uh,
America sometimes because you saving
or
somebody
or
that don't even need saving.
or as I like to call it, Captain Saberhole. And
Like,
I told this one right here. I said she ain't gonna tell you what's going on in her relationship, but she all up in our business.
like I'm like, and y'all
So,
are hell. We might well just say this because we hear hell. The situation with my friend and my husband is very, very not con- contentious, but it's it's a learning lesson that you can't have your friends and your man involved with each other because yeah,
it's no, it's not even that. It's just you can't. I could be friends with your friend. It ain't even that. It's just when it comes to us getting into it, she don't need to be involved in that. And like I told you before, she and this and I feel like we have the right to talk about this only because this is a TV show and they going through some similar things. Um, and I told you, I'm like, she's not gonna let you in to her business. So why are you letting her into our business? Whatever we got going on, if we into it, we into it. But I don't need her
and
to be in it. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that. Period.
and it was like the situation was like it's it's
Hey,
not
two
it's not
people.
hard for me because I love him. You know what I'm saying? I love this man with all parts of heart, all parts of soul, all parts of body, all of that stuff. I love my cousin too, but at the same time, that was, I told him, and I still mean this to this day. My cousin and my husband don't have to be friends. They do not. That that don't have to happen. Like y'all don't.
But 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 I'm gonna be cordial.
Cause I asked him if it was okay if she was to pop up at the wedding and whatnot, and he says he doesn't have a problem with it. And I'm fine that he doesn't have an issue with that. But if he did have an issue with that, sh- she would not be there. And that's just that.
No,
And he's like,
but
well,
I
babe,
but
you
I
can't be
but I
like
feel
that. You gotta do.
but I feel like that's unfair because she the one that introduced us. If y'all didn't know,
Okay,
I
okay,
met
I
Sean
understand that, babe.
first.
I understand that, babe. I do, but it's about what you feel comfortable with too, cause it's your day too. It ain't just about me. I ain't marrying myself,
Right.
and sorry, bro. We gonna get through this review, y'all. We gonna get there, but he's always so shocked about how comfortable I try to make him, cause I guess people in his life have never really gave a to that extent. So he like, why do you think about how comfortable I need to be and all? Cause
Yeah.
I'm not in a relationship by myself. Everything don't revolve around me. Everything don't revolve around just you. It's not an I thing in a relationship. It's more of a we. So as long as he fine with it, she'll be there. But I just want him to be comfortable. Just like I'm sure he wants me to be comfortable. That's what we do. We've always had each other's back in that way. Cause he always say like, "But is it okay if I go over this person's house or do this?" Then he'll he'll ask me before he even go, cause he want me to be comfortable. But we gonna get back to the TV show. My thing with Maurice is that I understand that's your best friend or whatever, but you need to stay out of Sabrina and Calvin business. Like let them, if they're not gonna work out, let them not work out on their own accord. Um, you know, don't be the reason that they don't work. And then we gonna get to this thing with Andy and Gary. Listen, Gary, listen. Why did you buy Andy this penthouse, this? Like, why you do this, Gary? Like, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Now you emptying out Andy's house and moving her to the penthouse. Like, it's too much. It's you doing the most to try to get a woman back so you can abuse her some more. Like, and then it was this scene where everybody supposed to be meeting up at Andy's house so Karen could tell people that she's pregnant or what have you. My thing is this. Why does Karen want Andy to invite Fatima? I get she don't know that Fatima know already, but why, Karen, why do you want Fatima there when you tell them that you pregnant? Even though Fatima know you pregnant already. Zach told her that 12 years ago. Even though you don't know she know already, like I said before, you have no idea that she already knows this. Why would you want her to know that?
Exactly.
It's almost like you're trying to hurt her feelings by having a child with her dude. Because what
Exactly.
if Fatima, we don't know this, but what if Fatima's in a situation to where she can't have kids? And so now it's, you know, oh, well, I got a baby by your man. You got a baby by a man that don't want you. That's not nothing to celebrate. That's horrible.
Yep.
That's not that's not a flex, man. That's really not.
And
And you
Tyler, 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 Tyler. Why do you why? I, I get that's what sells, but it's like you look on the downfall of specifically.
like you just the way you're destroying these women on this show. You ain't doing nothing to these niggas. You destroying the women character. You ain't destroying Gary. You ain't destroying Zach. You ain't doing nothing to Aaron. You ain't destroying Preston. What you are doing to the women on this show is almost destructive in a sick, twisted manner. Like you build women up
And then
just to destroy them.
exactly.
And
You
it's
got
like,
these women in these offices playing lawyers and all that stuff, but yeah, you always like this whole thing about Karen being pregnant. Like you, never mind, never mind.
you made her pregnant by a man that don't want her. And now you're probably gonna write that she gonna miscarry due to all the stress because she can't be with Zach. That is where this is going. She either gonna miscarry that baby or it's gonna turn out to be Aaron. But
Exactly.
I'm pointing more towards a miscarriage.
I'm pointing towards that too because she haven't got big. She haven't got nothing.
Like
It's
she
kind
gonna
of
be
like it's kind of like that show. I did not know I was pregnant, which used to come on TLC, and it was where these women didn't know they was pregnant, but they find out that they pregnant from, let's say they go out of town or something, and then they find out they was pregnant, kind of like that.
And it's like, um, that's not, why have you taken Karen from this strong black woman to she basically Andy that does hair.
Yep.
You basically turned her into Andy. She just do hair instead of being a lawyer. That's the only difference. That's all we got. And then this thing that I really wanted to talk about before we finish up with this TV show. This thing when Fatima comes into the house because she done had Zach's phone or whatever, and
Oh
because
yeah.
of that little mistake from last episode. So she come in, and Jake, which is Gary's financial advisor or whatever he is helping Zach with the house, and he's there. And she comes in and she tries to give Zach a kiss, and he's like, trying to hold off or whatever. And then she goes, "Here's your phone. Who's Angie?" And he's like, "Oh, Angie work at the bank." And then she goes, "Yeah, she better work at the bank." Fatima, I'm gonna need you to stop that, baby.
And Tyler,
Mm.
Tyler, this is what we're talking about. Tyler, never mind. Go ahead, 'cause I don't feel like one. No, I'm gonna do it anyway. Tyler, make Fatima trust this man, or make her leave Zach because it's redundant. It's redundant. And I know you probably not gonna give a fuck, and you probably not gonna see this review. But guess what? I have to trust this woman right here. I
Yeah,
can't constantly, I can't constantly keep saying, "Don't mess up, Brittany. Don't mess up, Brittany. Don't mess up." Hey, like it's redundant. It sound, she sound like a broken, she sound like a broken record. Don't
this
mess
is
up. Don't mess up. No.
this is what I'm gonna say. Fatima, baby girl, you supposed to be a Virgo in this show. Now I don't know the actress that plays Fatima. I don't know if she a Virgo or not. I don't know when her birthday is. But Fatima is supposed to be a Virgo. We don't do this. We don't threaten people. We don't threaten people. If we leave, we leave it. If we leave, we gone. Because we can't live in a state of untrust. If I thought he was gonna cheat on me every day, there's no way in God's green grass I would be with him. Cause I can't. Is he cheat? What's he do? Where he go? Where he at? He ain't called me in 4 hours. What's he doing? I can't drive myself crazy worrying about him cheating. I'm driving myself crazy. I'm doing that to myself. He not doing nothing to me. I'm doing that to myself because I'm driving myself up the proverbial wall. And
Yeah,
you can't worry about that kind of stuff.
you can't.
Because if it don't happen, then you worried for no reason. You worried your brain for nothing because nothing happened. And that brings me to the c- uh, conclusion of either you trust or you leave.
leave.
You shouldn't have to threaten nobody 9,700 times. Cause guess what? No matter how much you warn Zach, if Zach wants to cheat or mess this up in some other way, he's going to do it. He's going to do what he wants to do. Now, if he don't want to cheat, he's not gonna. Like, if he don't want to do it, he's not gonna do that. So you ain't gotta worry about him. Zach is in control of his own body and his own mind. He know what to do and not do. And if he does cheat on you, I wouldn't blame him because you didn't trust him anyway. You didn't trust him anyway.
Correct.
You already thought he was gonna do it anyway, so he might as well just oblige you. Cause you already thought he was gonna do it anyway. So he didn't really do nothing wrong because you was already thinking he was gonna cheat anyway. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story before we get off this live. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say three things before we get off here. There was a point in my relationship with this guy to my left that he thought I was cheating with my ex over and over and over and over and over. So one day he asked me, "You cheating with him?" And I was like, "I almost did, yeah." He got so mad, not knowing that I really ain't do nothing. But the reason I said that is because he kept thinking I was gonna do it anyway. So why not say yeah for him? Cause he already think I'm doing it anyway. So why not say yeah? Yeah, I almost did that. I wasn't nowhere
Yeah.
close to cheat. I wasn't nowhere close to cheating on him, but because he kept asking me and it got on my nerves, I said yeah, I did. He's like, you did? I'm like, no, fool. I got tired of you accusing me of that every day. So yeah, I said yeah, out of frustration. He was like, why would you do that? Cause I got sick of you accusing me every single day. Don't nobody want to be accused of stuff they not doing every day, and then when they do it, you hurt. You can't be hurt because you was accusing him of it every day. You can't be hurt.
But I think Zach would be, I mean, not Zach, I think Fatima would be hurt as a motherfucker if he said, I did go out and cheat on you. I
Uh,
really do think that.
I mean, if he did, it would be wrong. But at the same time, Fatima, you can't be accusing men of things that they not doing. Cause then when they are doing it, they ain't shit. But when they not doing it, they still getting accused, so they don't win either way. And it's like I'm gonna say a couple more things. This situation with me and this guy has got a lot better because he learned to trust. Cause now to be fair, y'all, when he met me, he did tell me that he had trust issues. And right before we got on here, we was having a debate about why do he do certain things that he do. Cause y'all, when I tell you this man has been thinking that I'ma leave him for 7 years, I ain't lying. He always think I'ma leave him.
Because I just don't think I'm good enough.
He don't think he's enough. He think there's plenty of men that would treat me better than him. He don't understand why I love him as much as I do. He doesn't understand any of it. He don't know. He feel like he don't deserve this kind of love because he always say, "Why you love me? I ain't shit." And I be like, "Stop that! Don't do that! Don't do that! Stop that! Stop that toxic behavior." And he told me that he got to work on it, because he's so used to people leaving him, he just expects it. He just expects it. Even though
Yep.
I've never left him, he expects it because what happened to him in his past. He expects women to get tired of him. He expects it. And I told him tonight, I'm like, you gotta stop that because I love you. And I'm not going nowhere. He like, I know, I just be in my head. Well, get out your head. I told him if we broke up, it wouldn't be on my account. I told him I ain't leaving nobody. If we not together, it's gonna be something you decided, not me. And he like, you really feel that way? I'm like, yeah, cause I'm happy with you. I'm not leaving nobody. I'm not going nowhere. I don't even think about. I don't even, y'all. I don't even think about leaving him. I don't think about that. I don't think about that. Cause I love him. I ain't gotta do no. What if this? What if that? I ain't gotta do none of that. Cause I know I ain't going nowhere. I can't speak for him, but I know I ain't going nowhere. Cause I know me. And as long as I know myself, I ain't got nothing to worry about. Like he gotta get out of his own head. He gotta get out his past. That's his problem.
Yeah, I do.
He, cause the women he dealt with before he met me wasn't really for him. And I told him, if I want to leave you, I will tell you. I'm not just going, oh, I'm single today. I'm not just gonna leave without no explanation or none of that. I'm not that person, bro. If I'm unhappy, I will tell you. If I want to leave you, I will tell you. Until I tell you something like that, and the chances of that are slim to zero, unless I tell you something like that, don't walk around thinking that because you're going to drive yourself up the wall thinking I'm going to leave you and I ain't going nowhere. You're going to drive your own self up the wall for no reason. Because every time I tell him I'm happy, y'all, he be looking like, how? How are you happy? I can't give you nothing but time. I'm like, babe, I'm an adult. I'm not a kid that you have to give a bunch of things to make happy. You ain't gotta give me a whole bunch of stuff to make me happy. And he like, you should want more. You should want gifts. You should want this, that. I'm like, what me wanting that gonna do for me? What's that gonna do for me? Nothing. I don't do things that ain't gonna do nothing for me. I'm not that kind of person. I can't do nothing that ain't gonna work for me. You spoiling me ain't, it's not gonna make me love you more. It's not gonna make me love you less. It's not gonna make me do anything. You don't have to buy me the moon, the stars, the whole thing. The little stuff you do give me is enough. He wants to provide me with the world in my hands. And I keep
I
telling
do.
him he don't have to. And I've never not said that to him. I keep telling him I don't need the word. Even this whole wedding situation, I say it don't gotta be no big over the top spectacle. Ain't gotta be all that. And he always says, "Well, man, I want to give you your dream wedding and yada yada." Look, I appreciate the sentiment. I appreciate the fact that you want to do that, but it don't have to be all that. That day is gonna be about us, not about the people in the audience, not about cousin Baby and them, and how we gonna feed them, and who gonna be the bridesmaids, and who gonna be the grooms. But it ain't gonna be about none of that. I ain't even gonna pay attention to the people that's standing there. I'm gonna be focused on. I'm gonna be in the moment of. I'm getting married, and I'm happy. I'm marrying the man that I want to experience my life. I ain't thinking about, oh man, we gotta make sure the guests are properly fed and we gotta do this. I'm focused on the two people standing up there. I ain't focused on these niggas. We not getting married to feed them. We getting married because we want to. It ain't about that. And he's like, hey, I just wanna get you the perfect diamond and this and that. I'm like, come on, man. You got a woman that loves you. That's worth more than a diamond, bro. Will I wear it? Absolutely, I'll wear it. But it don't have to be anything over the top. And he like, wow, babe, you so different. You so different, babe. I'm just so not used to this. I'm like, yeah, I know. And I hope to take his name. He told me, so I don't even know where my name came from. I'm like, and that don't matter. Still your name. We've been online for 57 minutes. We ain't mean to keep y'all long, but we had to get through a lot. So
But anyway, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see
share.
y'all.
And
And we
we'll
will
see y'all next Thursday for the net review, man. Bye bye.
bye, you guys.